Hey everyone, I just want to do a quick recap on week 3's discussion board. You're going to have a link to the Jamboard there on Padlet. You all took a great approach to really understanding what the literature says, and I'm going to highlight some of the key things that you shared. One of you shared how the specific study you were looking at says that it's basically students learning to be good citizens because it pushes education past the idea of one day you will get a job into participating in the now. However, she tempers this optimism with the idea that there are a lot of hurdles moving forward and the need to actually scaffold these experiences to the students' needs. Another one makes a really great point, and she mentions how we need to talk about clarity and the types of changes that we want to see, and then how can we develop alignment to be able to bring these types of practices forward. Someone else broke this down really well and talks about how student agency comes down to access to opportunities. And then collectively, we also talked about how we need ongoing professional development and support, not only for ourselves, but for students to be able to unlock these types of experiences. Now, finally, my own conclusions. Overwhelmingly, the research shared focused primarily on middle and high school students, with much of the research methodologies being qualitative. There are a few instances where students are active within the research process through the use of YPAR and YAS methodologies. The findings demonstrated benefits such as the learning of new skills and amplification of student voice and leadership, but there were also concerns about the lack of training and the difficulty of making changes, as well as unwanted outcomes. And so the big picture, as a course, we came to the conclusion that in order to make systemic-wide changes, we need ongoing PD, ongoing student support, developmentally appropriate strategies, and the opportunity to remodel how we envision our educational culture, which sounds suspiciously similar to most of the initiatives that are out there. And I have a hunch that we can probably apply a lot of those conclusions to a lot of initiatives that are taking place in schools. And so if I made one last overarching conclusion, it would be that there isn't a magic bullet within education. However, the big need or the big question is, what are we willing to put the work into? Are we going to be putting it into simply raising scores? Or are we going to be pushing it into building capacity or other initiatives? And that ultimately comes down to the learning community that you serve. Again, thanks for participating, and really appreciated all your thoughts.